its way forward, radioing back all the information back to the main force commander so that he's got everything he needs to know before he puts in the attack. Time spent on reconnaissance really wasted. That's what they say in the army. So there's a ferret working its way up. Everything is recording, sending back to the force commander, including things like what's the weight limit in the bridges. There's no point sending your tanks forward, they collapse every bridge around the place. Now, we're rotating, it's going. Calls down artillery fire as well. Keeps them busy, keeps their heads down. Don't let the Mauritanians settle. They're all the things you can do with your reconnaissance vehicle before you actually do the main attack. And of course, in reality, if you ever get this close, something's gone wrong somewhere. Normally, you'd be down the trees at the far end of the field there, radioing back from a different position. But it does happen. You do bump into the enemy sometimes face to face, which again is rather useful to have a nice speedy small vehicle. But the key thing is, you've got the message back to the main force commander. Now, we all know the British Army is pretty busy around the world at the moment. So here comes the Tank Museum's chieftain tank, followed on by our 432, the armed personnel carrier with our volunteer infantry in the back. So the chieftain's working its way forward, going around the edge, followed on by the 432. Now the 432, armoured personnel carriers, once you're in the back of them, it's very disorientating. You're facing it, you can't see much out. So they always try and get the vehicle to point to where the enemy is when it stops. And that's quite an important thing, so the guys in the back know where they're attacking when they jump out. Now there's a 432, peeled off, pointing at where the enemy are, and round the side there's our chieftain working up the flank of the Mauritanian position. Well, something went wrong somewhere, but it looked like we got a hit on the Mauritanian tank there. And down the far end of the field, there's our infantry debussing, jumping out the back of the 432. Now those of you who can see them, they're doing what the army would call a pepper pod or a section attack. One section at a time, works its way forward, tries to keep it in a nice straight line, then they drop down and then the other section works its way forward as well. And the idea there is not because the military thinks straight lines look nice and pretty as easy on the battlefield, it's for the very practical reason you don't run in front of your mate to get shot up the backside. The media calls that friendly fire. It's one of the most unfriendly types of fire going. Now they're working their way forward. A bit of fitness training required, I think, for 1 or 2 of them volunteers, but it's very slippery and muddy out there today, so they're taking it a bit easy. But they're charging the Mauritanian position. Bloodthirsty lot, looks like we've got here. Oh, look at that, pathetic. Mauritanians are thrown in the tail already. Well done, our volunteers there. Well done. Now it actually takes, if you're a Phase 1 infantry recruit, it takes a fair few weeks before you get up to this stage in the British Army. So actually our volunteers have done very well coming forward. They really didn't know what they were letting themselves in for. Apart from all of them got a fair old soaking a little bit earlier on when they're out there training on the field before the display began. So when we get the Union flag up the flagpole, do give them a big round of applause because they've actually done very well to do all that. There we go. And hopefully we'll all be sleeping safely in our beds tonight with the Union flag. There we go. Well done. Now, what we're going to do for you now, ladies and gentlemen, the Mauritanians will be taken into custody, so don't worry about them. We'll clear the vehicles from the field. In about 10 minutes, our ride vehicle will start again from that far corner, and that big building over there, the Vehicle Conservation Centre, that's open as well. And it gives you a bit of an idea. There's a display on the balcony in there that how we look after our tanks, but you can also see the rest of the collection that's not on display in the museum. And can we just remind you as well that your ticket is not just for the museum today, it's a whole year's membership. You can bring that many people back with you. There's a couple of special event days, you're not allowed to use it. Have a look on the website before you come back again, but please do make the most of that. And if you are on holiday, I hope the weather stays a bit better for you and you have a lovely time down here in Dorset. Thank you very much indeed.